All right, Tonal community, what is up? Welcome to this super fun info session. I got some fun friends with me. If you have never met them before, I'm very excited for you to meet them because we're going to talk about some really cool stuff, both in terms of programming as well as some new product feature. It's going to be a really good time. So if you're not familiar with me, I am Coach Tim. I will be leading the August Community Challenge. And I'll be talking about what the theme of it is, how we're going to break it down, and just have you feeling super prepared by the time you go into it so that you know exactly what you're getting into. First, I want to introduce Brooke, who is our in-house product expert. So she is part of the team that really masterminds making this a phenomenal product for you guys, making this just an experience that is one of a kind. I'm excited to chat with Brooke in just a second. And then we also got Jacob here, who is on our performance team. And essentially, the way I like to describe the performance team is because, as you all know, there's so much health and fitness stuff out there, especially with social media. I am really just so proud of like our performance team and how they make sure that everything we do at Tonal is grounded in evidence. It's never gimmicky. It is really always rooted in the science so that we're delivering you guys the best results possible. With that, Brooke, I'm so happy to have you here. Can you share a little bit about just the new feature that we'll be talking about a lot this month?
Yes, thank you, Tim. First of all, thank you for inviting us. We're so excited to be here. We're chatting about daily lift. So, this is our new feature that is launching this month, and we are lucky that we're getting it in just in time to be included in your August challenge. So, that's why we're here to chat about it today. So, just high level, we'll chat about the details shortly, but Daily Lift is a custom workout that is intelligently built just for you. So, it's personalized, it refreshes every day, and you can think about it that in the same way a personal trainer would. We take into account your preferences, your recent training history, and we're working to intelligently design an effective training session that you know you can always jump into. So we're really trying to remove the guesswork. You just focus on showing up, putting the work in, and staying consistent. And we really think that Daily Lift is going to be such a powerful tool for program users to supplement their program, which we'll talk a bit more about the end and how you'll integrate Daily Lift into your challenge. But first, we have to talk about the challenge, which it sounds like this month is, going to be a little bit different than past challenges. So would love to pass it back to you, Tim, just to talk a little bit about what makes this so special.
Absolutely. So at this point, I have done a number of challenges, and I'm really excited about this one because if you ever take class with me on screen, one of the things I say a lot whenever we do a variation of something is I like to say variety is the spice of life. Like we've done a lot of we've done a lot of challenges, right, where it's like a 4-week program, and I think that's pretty standard. But what's really special about this challenge that we're gonna do heading into August is this is really a mix of a lot of different things with the goal being to help you transition. So what do I mean by that? The first 2 weeks out of this 4-week challenge, first 2 weeks are going to be a new program that I'm launching. It's called 20-Minute Turn Up. And this program is really geared towards people who have maybe been in the realm of beginner for a while. You have a pretty solid understanding of the foundations. And if you're somebody who's like, you have an itch to start pushing yourself more. Maybe you want to get into more intermediate programming or workouts, but maybe you're finding yourself like a little bit nervous. This program is the perfect bridge program for you. It is 2 weeks long. It is going to be 20 minutes per workout, just like the name says. And so we really wanted this. I really wanted this to be an experience for you that did not feel too high barrier. I want it to be like as low of a barrier to entry as possible for you to just explore what the next level looks like in a very low risk way, and also to do it in the context of community so that you can have my real-time guidance, just because I know from my own experience that when you're making those sorts of transitions, it can be kind of scary, right? And so for me, my goal is the first 2 weeks is to just kind of think about that as like a little break-in phase, right? Can we start to get acclimated with what a higher level of intensity looks like? How do we start to push ourselves while maintaining all the quality of our foundation, so our good movement patterns, all of that stuff? After the program wraps, which is 2 weeks long, this is where it gets really exciting. We're then going to go into 1 week focused on daily lift. So everything that Brooke described, we're going to go into week 3. We're going to think about this as a little transition week. So everything throughout the month of August is about a transition, right? So first 2 weeks transitioning from beginner to intermediate. daily lift, this is kind of your opportunity to see, okay, like how can I take this new level of being able to push myself with quality movement under higher loads, higher intensities. I really like week 3 because it almost has like a gamification aspect. It's like, ooh, what's in the box of chocolates today? Let me see that. And remember that this is just like Brooke said, this is going to be tailored to your goals and your preferences in history. So everything you open up, like I like to, again, I like to think about this as like every gift that you open up on each day of week 3 is going to be a surprise, but I think it's going to be a really fun opportunity for you to take the skills that you built in the first 2 weeks, do that in week 3 as you discover this new product feature. And then week 4, this is where it gets really exciting. My partner in crime, Coach KC, she will be joining us for week 4, where she's going to walk you through her program, which is a deload focused program, prepping you basically with recovery, with mindset reset to essentially get into 4 week fast track right after that. So weeks 1 and 2, quick summary, transition from beginner to intermediate. Week 3, we create a bridge to week 4, which is our transition into 4 week fast track. It's gonna be a really good time.
Thank you for the overview, Tim. I just was mindful. I think this is our second tonal talk with the three of us, and I feel like both times I'm just this bobblehead because I really resonate with everything you guys are saying, and it gets me excited. And I think our members could benefit because this challenge starts off with your new program. If you could maybe just, double click on what they can expect once they get that rolling.
Yeah, absolutely. First, let me just echo you. I'm like, this is a stellar crew right here. I feel like the three of us, like, really good conversation.
Great team.
Yeah, both of you guys are so awesome at what you do as well. Yeah, let's talk program details. So it's going to be 2 weeks, right? This is a 4 times per week program for the course of 2 weeks. So it's going to be 8 workouts total. So I like to frame this up this way because if you are, again, I'm well aware that the person I'm speaking to with this program is someone who might be on the fence with this stuff. One very simple way I like to frame it is it's just 8 workouts. It's just 8 workouts, right? And my goal, obviously, as a coach, is to, over the course of those 8 workouts, to get you feeling comfortable, get you feeling confident. But if you are on the fence, I want you to just like go into it being like, you know what? This is not, I'm not getting married. I'm not getting, I'm not making any sort of like lifelong commitment. This is actually just an invitation for me. It's an opportunity for me to dip my toes in the water and just see what it feels like. And that's really how I want to frame it up for you guys. It's 4 times per week for 2 weeks. So it's not a massive commitment. And again, the time commitment is pretty short. They're going to be all around 20 minutes. As far as what the split per week looks like, it's going to be 3 full body days, capping with a core day at the end of each week. So it'll be first full body day. The second full body day has a little bit of an upper body emphasis. The third full body day is a little bit more evenly spread throughout your full body. And then we go into core. And so again, this is all about that transition. I'm super excited once we get into the challenge group. Every time we do a challenge, but especially this one, because this is geared towards folks on more of the beginner to intermediate end of the spectrum, I'm really going to be providing a lot of support in the group. So, you can always do the program on your own, but I highly, highly encourage you, especially if you're feeling some nerves, like you're getting outside of your comfort zone. That's exactly why we created this kind of community challenge, so that you feel supported and that you don't feel alone in the process.
This sounds incredible. Firstly, I am so excited to actually get people involved in the challenge and working out. And I love how you're just focused on making this approachable because we know the most important part of the workout is, showing up. And it can be really intimidating, I think, especially in the summer when things get so busy, plans are changing to kind of follow through on that commitment. So I love just how thoughtful you and the team have been in building out this challenge to make it feel just like really manageable. And what I'm wondering, because I've worked out with you before, so I know like they're 20-minute workouts, but I think you're going to push pace and get people, really, really feeling the burn. So can you talk a little bit about what they can expect to accomplish within just 20 minutes?
Absolutely, yeah. So, Brooke, seriously, to that whole point, we know it's summer, right? So even I've been training for a long time. Like I've been lifting for over 10 years. And even in the summer, I'm like, I need to do shorter workouts. I need to do stuff that feels a little more flexible to my schedule. And that's exactly what we're gonna get here. The good news is that if you show up to these 20-minute workouts, which again is not long, But if you show up with intention of like, okay, I am going to stay locked in during this full 20 minutes. I'm going to stay mindful of, my execution when I start to enter higher levels of fatigue. If you can really enter each workout with intention, 20 minutes really is all you need. So the way that we're going to lay this out over the course of the 2 weeks is week one. I like to think of week one as a baseline week. You're just going to, get introduced to the overall format. How do the different movements feel for you? How do the different weights feel? Week two is where we start to push it a little bit, but we're not just going to push it in any sort of in an arbitrary like, just go harder, just go harder, just go harder. My goal over the course of the program is to actually break down a very specific tool for you. It's called RPE, and it stands for rate of perceived exertion. So if you're listening to that, you're like, whoa, that's a lot of words. If we just think of what that means, right? Perceived exertion, it's your perception of how hard you're going based on your body signals. And then we rate that on a scale from 1 to 10. So this is actually a very specific tool that experienced lifters use all the time. And if you're someone on the beginner end and you've gotten used to, form in the squat and good form in your deadlift patterns, and the next stage of your graduation, if you will, or your evolution as a lifter is starting to push intensity. And I don't want you to do that feeling like, oh my gosh, like where are the guardrails? I want to push myself, but I don't want to get hurt. We're going to walk through this very specific tool, how you can use it to understand your own body better and how you can use it to make your workouts more effective. So that's really the breakdown of how we'll progress over the course of 2 weeks.
Awesome. Thanks, Tim.
Hell yeah. Okay, so that is just the first 2 weeks of the month. This is the crazy thing, right? Is like it's 4 weeks, but I think because we're doing like three different sort of mini timelines within 4 weeks, you guys, we're in for a wild ride. So that's just the first 2 weeks of the month. In week three, we're going to be leaning into our personalized daily lift workouts. And then Jacob and Brooke are here to tell us all about what daily lift is about. I know, Brooke, you already touched on that slightly. Is there anything else that you want to dive into that maybe you didn't have an opportunity to talk about when we first opened the chat?
Yeah, definitely. I think we can take it just one level deeper, and we'll definitely have more resources for you guys so you can learn all the ins and outs of daily lift. But I think what's important is that this is a custom workout that's intelligently built just for you. So a custom workout is a custom workout format. It's self-paced. You're going to get your movement demos. You'll always have that guidance that you know and love from Tonal, but it's super efficient. So to that point of this whole theme being like the perfect summer challenge, I think it totally fits in. And also the point of personalized for you based on your recent training history. I think, Jacob, you can go into some of like the deep specifics, but I think just high level, we want to look at your preferences. How long do you typically like to work out for? We want to look at your muscle readiness and recovery. You've been in a program. We want to ensure that that transition is seamless and we're taking into account exactly what you're ready for that day. And we're also looking at your weekly target for muscle growth and thinking through what is the right level of volume to give you at any moment in time to ensure that we keep you progressing, keep you challenged, but it's all still, again, manageable and approachable. And what's really cool about this feature is it refreshes every night at midnight local time. So, when you log in to your Tonal in the morning, you're going to see that new workout here. I love that kind of framing to have almost like an advent calendar. You're like, what's it going to be this morning? I get to see. It's fun kind of way to spice it up every day. And it's taking the guesswork out of what to do next. So you're not going to have to, in this week, think about, okay, how do I want to find my workout? What should I do today? That cognitive overload is just gone. So all you have to do is show up. And I think what's just really exciting is that, as you can hear how Tim so thoughtfully spoke about this program, there's so much that goes into our programming guidelines. And we've really taken efforts to ensure that we feel that every daily lift workout that is generated really does meet these programming standards that you all have come to expect from Tonal. So I think, I mean, Jacob, it would be great if you could even go a bit deeper on that and talk a bit about performance science and innovation that went into building Daily Lift, which makes us so confident that we can always build the right workout for you.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you for teeing that up. And we'll definitely go into more detail in a separate time of the like individual performance science principles that inform the logic for the daily lift. But just to really, yes, end your notion on this is not just a typical generic, AI workout builder, and that this is really rooted in both performance science principles and your personal goals and preferences and recent training history. So it's, as one-to-one of a personalized workout that we can make. And so we're really excited about that. And some more specifics is, we're going to give you the right workout for you every single day based off of your muscle readiness. So we're going to look at which muscles are most prepared to be trained that given day. And then we're also going to look at not only your preferences when you signed up, but your recent training history in the past 8 weeks to see what's your typical session length and what's the appropriate amount of volume to give you. So it's very specific again to your recent training history, what you're ready to train, and how much time that you've been showing up to tonal. And from like the structure of the workout, as Brooke mentioned, it's going to be in this custom format. You can expect to find both a warm up and a cool down. And depending on your training duration and the volume, anywhere from 1 to 4 working blocks. And initially, the focus is going to be on muscle growth. So you can, in the typical muscle growth workouts in our library, you can expect to go from some, compound to more isolation moves as you progress. And yeah, it's really, has the same, level of threshold that we, hold ourselves accountable to on the quality of workout. So we're really excited to get this out to everyone.
Definitely. I mean, I guess to bring it back to right programs and why we're here talking about it today, I think there's a few kind of key ways that we could see this really integrating well, even outside of this challenge experience, if you're enrolled in a program. So, I mean, we've talked about schedules changing. Sometimes you maybe have less time than you thought. You don't have time to do your program workout. Sometimes you just may be super fatigued to that point of like, hey, I was out yesterday and I just simply don't have it in me to do maybe get a full hour workout in. That's okay. With Daily Lift, you can actually customize specific durations. You can change your target muscle group to better serve your needs that day. And I think there's also just a lot of value in being able to mix up your routine. We have now 12-week programs, and sometimes you might just need something else one day just to spice it up. And of course, when you're in between programs looking to kind of bridge the gap, Daily Lift is something that you can rely upon to be able to just jump right in to a one-off workout that you know is going to meet your needs before you jump into your next program. So we're super excited about being able to integrate this into the challenge for you guys to get trying out.
Yeah, I think the last thing that I'll say about Daily Lift before we jump to the final week of the month-long challenge, I'm really excited about how both your guys' teams, both the product team and how the performance team, you guys have really engineered this experience that gives people what they want, which is some level of novelty, some level of excitement, because especially Jacob, I know in the performance realm we know that there is, in order to make progress, there is some degree of repeated exposure to a stimulus to get that sort of outcome. But what you guys have done is you've allowed people to get the variety from kind of an experience standpoint, but it's rooted within these guardrails of like, nope, we're taking your past volume into account, your most recent volume markers into account. We're taking your muscle readiness into account. And so it really is, I think this is a key differentiator from, other things in the marketplace, or somebody could just be like, okay, here's your workout for the day, or here's like a thing that Chat GPT generated for me. This is like, no, this is actually very fully customized to you based on all the information that we have about you, and is really meant to give you not just a great experience, but a safe and effective one as well.
Tim, I couldn't agree more. And I think you mentioned the performance and the product team, and this is as everything on Tonal, it's very cross-functional. But there's one more specific group we have to shout out, and that's the data science team. They're kind of like the connective tissue for bringing all of this to life, and the models that they developed to satisfy the needs on the performance side from our, performance logic, but then also capturing all this member data and bringing it to life on a one-to-one basis for every member every single day across over 100,000 members. That's not a simple feat, and they've been working really hard. And it's, I think they're using some different, new modeling technologies that have just been really cool to be a part of, even though I don't understand half the words that they're saying. It's really powerful to see them bring this together, and again to have that level of precision. So again, it's not just this, workout you're going to find on ChatGPT. It has our standards from content development and it's very personalized to you. So that wouldn't happen without all of our developers, but also the data science team. And so with that note, as we wrap up the challenge and we get into this, the last week, can you give us some concepts of what they might find with the deload?
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, first off, shout out to the data science team. Thank you to all the teams involved with bringing this to life. Week 4, this is going to be going through a 1 week deload program. So this is going to be with Coach Kristina, Coach KC, as we like to call her around these parts. Deload to refresh. It is a 3 times per week, just 1 week. So it's 3 workouts total. It's an intermediate level. It's like listed in the intermediate category. It's an active recovery program. But by this point, remember a couple things. You've already done the bridge program. You've already done the bridge program from like beginner to intermediate. You've already gotten acclimated with daily lifts. So you're able to take some of those new skills and experience and practice them in this more novel experience with daily lift. So by the time you get to deload to refresh, yes, it's an intermediate, but also remember that the hardest part of the month is behind you. This week is really geared towards giving your body some good TLC, making sure that we're getting some good ranges of motion with lighter loads to facilitate blood flow and nutrient delivery to your muscles that are taxed. So a brief breakdown of what each day is. Day 1 is going to be a push day. Day 2 is going to be a pull day. And then day 3 is going to be a leg day. And then the last part that I think is obvious, but I cannot overstate, is that Coach Kristina will be in the group as well. I adore Casey. I think when she and I are having a conversation, like just on our own, like we always go into these rabbit holes. So we were talking about it before getting into the actual challenge. We're both very excited to just be present with you guys in the group and to answer any questions that come up. Coach Casey is a brilliant coach. She's the person that you want to ask about things like if you have very sport specific goals, if you're an endurance runner, if you have questions about mobility or regulating your nervous system. She's very big on breath work and mindfulness and presence. So I think, to be honest, between the two of us, I'm super excited for the August Community Challenge. And if you have any questions, please drop them in the community. I would be happy to answer as many as I can. I'm in there daily. Coaches are in there daily. So let me know. But I'm excited to have you. All right, you guys, Jacob and Brooke, is there anything else?
I mean, I think I would just love to mention that this is a beta feature. So we're always looking to improve upon the incredible work the team has already done. And having all of you be involved at this stage is really so important. We take your feedback seriously. So please try Daily Lift out. Let us know what you think. If there are, different customizations you would love to see, if there are different parts of the workout that are really resonating, or maybe something that you'd like us to amp up. Like we are truly in service of you guys. So we would so love to hear from you and see how it's going. And we'll be in the group as well, definitely trying to answer any questions that may come up about Daily Lift.
Amazing. Thanks, Brooke.
Yeah, I would just add one more to that. In addition to getting more feedback from this beta, just wanted to let everyone know that we do value your feedback so much. And the feedback that you guys have given us for all our guided content workouts did inform the development of this feature. So we are listening to you. We take everything into account. And that doesn't mean we want you to stop. We really want you to continue letting us know what you like and what can be done better so we can, just create the most, optimal experience for you here.
Amazing. Love that. Jacob and Brooke, thank you guys so much. I think our community feels it, like really feels it when we say like what I love about I think all our teams at Tonal is we're not just about like, oh, we want your feedback. Like it's not all talk. It's like when we see stuff in the OTC, we really have those conversations internally and we're like, how do we bring this to life in a way that can serve as many people as possible? So Jacob and Brooke, thank you both so much for being on and chatting with me. I always enjoy chatting with you both. Thank you for contributing your genius and your knowledge to this conversation. To the Tonal community, if you have any questions, please drop them in the comments and tag me. Again, I will do my best to get to every single one. And remember to join the challenge group that's listed here in the comments. for the August challenge. And with that, you guys, I'll see you in the OTC. Peace.